All right, so this is what it is. I keep seeing different memes and posts and everything about cheating. Okay, so well, first of all, let me shout out to Wear Brims for this great hat. Okay, so back to it. So cheating. Okay, why is this so prevalent? Like in today's society, why do we big up or make it such a big thing about cheating? And why is it not frowned upon as much as it should be? Because now we got people that basically say, okay, when I'm in a relationship, there is going to be at some point that I'm going to cheat. We got a lot of women that are saying, I have to keep a side dude or whatever just because that's just the way I've been brought up. And you're supposed to have something on the side just in case this one mess up. And then we got guys saying, well, I'm going to have 2 or 3 side chicks just because. Like, you don't, at this point, you don't even know why. But it still is what you do. But at some point, you really got to be real with yourself and figure out why it is that you actually cheating. And I get it. There's some points where, or sometimes in a relationship where somebody may be doing the most dirt and you feel like you just got to get back at them. So you justify it and say, well, they cheated on me. I got to cheat on them too. Okay, I get that. But in other times, in other instances, you just want to cheat when things are not going as planned. So if you have a plan for your relationship and then this person may start to be a little distant or whatever, rather than talking it out like a normal person would do, a normal adult would do, you find somebody else to talk it out with. That's not a relationship. Instead of coming to the person and actually saying, this is basically why I'm feeling this way, you find somebody else to tell them why your relationship is not working. And this is why we don't have a lot of relationships now. I mean, honestly, if you look at all the people out here who are single and of a certain age, let's go from 25, because to me, that's the time when you should be about dating. But let's say from like 25 to 35, 36, 37, it's a lot of single people. And one is because most of them have not gotten over the fact that they got cheated on before, and they just discount every other person that could ever be a possibility for them. And one, that's not going to work, just because you can't discount every new person that comes into your life just because somebody did something to you. Okay, maybe this person wasn't in the right stage of their life. Maybe they just weren't. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you automatically are going to be like, okay, well, that's it for the dating game for me. I'm just going to sit here and be lonely, or like I like to say for a lot of people, 40 and single. Okay. And the way it's looking, a lot of you are going to be that. Okay. Just because you haven't figured out that a lot of times the aspects of being with a person, they're going to be like roadblocks in your relationship, and there's going to be obstacles or whatever, and sooner or later you got to figure out how to get through them. Like, it's not always going to be the most perfect thing that you can post on Instagram, because that's what we're obsessed with, posting our relationships and our most perfect relationships on Instagram. That's how we know y'all single, ladies, because you've posted everything on your relationship status or on your Instagram that has to do with your relationship status, and now everything is all gone just in a moment. And now you're single again, and now we know. But when you are building a relationship and making sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted within your relationship, then you don't really have to worry about cheating within your relationship. Okay, for me, this is what I think, or this is what I feel the reason most people cheat are fear. Okay, that's it. It's either one or two things: um, fear of being rejected for coming to them about certain things, or fear of being judged. Okay, a lot of times, and this was what a lot of women, you got to work on this. If a man comes to you and they don't like or want you to change certain things about yourself that have to do with the relationship, then take it in stride. Take it, if you want, take it as a grain of salt and change the little things. Like, you're not gonna die if you stop nagging so much. This is just an example. I'm not saying all women nag. I know how y'all are. But to change something that is going to better your relationship, it shouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world. Okay. So you got people who are in relationships for 2 or 3 years, and then something starts to get on their nerves. We talking about one little thing that gets on their nerves, and then that's it. That's it. Now I gotta go figure out somebody. You know why you know why you gotta figure out or go find somebody else? Because your friend said so. That's why, because your friend says so. And most of the times, I'm gonna tell you, guys, we don't necessarily tell our friends to give up on our girls that much. Women, on the other hand, we tend to side with one. We're gonna side with him, but we're also gonna tell him when he's wrong. Okay, it's not just gonna be a all out. Well, forget her because that ain't it. We know what the streets look like out here. We know that it ain't all peaches and cream when it comes to relationships. Even though the options may be there for us, but there's a reason why a lot of us are single too. Just because there's not as many formidable options or as we would say, as you would think. So when a woman comes or when a woman comes to me and says, "Hey, my boyfriend cheated on me. What should I do?" Leave. Okay. You got to do one or two things. One of two things. You can either leave, or y'all can go to some type of counseling session or whatever. Or the third thing is you can get the like Men in Black, what is it called, the little nebulizer thing or whatever, and get your memory erased, and then y'all can just start over. Because one thing you lose with somebody cheating on you is trust, and once you lose that, then you got nothing else. And then from then on, you don't trust nothing they say. You don't trust nothing they do. If they really are going out with the guys, they can be going to a all exclusive restaurant with just the guys, and for whatever reason, you would think that there's going to be some women involved. It could be the most male enhanced trip that you ever seen when men are just doing a lot of men stuff. And because this guy did this to you, now you feel like, well, the all guys trip has to have women in it. That's not true though. So to circumvent some of that, if you stay with somebody once they've cheated, then y'all got to figure out what happened. You got to figure out why this person did this, and this. And if you're a guy and she cheats on you, leave. I mean, what other choice do you have at this point? Okay? Or, like I said, you can either talk it out, relationship counseling, or you can get that little nebulizer thing or whatever again for Men in Black and get your memory erased, just like the women do. But all in all, you really just got to be honest with each other about what has happened to make you go astray. Okay, and we can't be so like nonchalant about our relationships. We can't just be like, well, it's just another thing. Okay, this is a big interaction between you two. So it's automatically not just another thing. It's not just a fly by night thing that you're gonna have. You don't find many connections with somebody in which you can spend a large amount of time with. So when you do find somebody that does match you in a certain way, certain energy, then you really have to hone on to the fact that it is working. And then once it doesn't start working, then figure out what it was that you guys had before that was working. Yes, people are going to change, but people aren't going to change so drastically in a small amount of time that you two just hate each other so much. And most of the times, all this stuff is fixable because most of it just comes from stuff that has happened in your past or whatever. You got childhood trauma, stuff like that. And if you never talk about it, then you're more prone to go find somebody else to talk about it. Once you find somebody else to talk about it, then you get feelings, you get other types of stuff that goes on, and then you're in a whole nother relationship with somebody. Now, are you the problem sometimes when you get cheated on? Maybe. Does it justify the person cheating? No. Okay. Like I said about Donnell Jones, he had this song Where I Want to Be. He just didn't want to be in the relationship at that time with this woman. So what did he say? I'd rather leave than to cheat. And that's what a lot of us need to get in our heads is if something is not working, we don't have the right to have our cake and eat it too in that situation. Because at that point, you're just simply playing with somebody's emotions. And then that's when a lot of women, a lot of men get called different things because something triggers their emotions. You're playing with their emotions. You're playing with their lives. Then they figure that they've wasted time, anger ensues, then you got to go to court and all that other stuff. So you just got to be cognizant of the fact that when you are in a relationship with somebody, make sure that you take it seriously. I'm not saying be serious in a relationship. I mean, take the relationship seriously and don't act like you can treat people any type of way. One, because the karma eventually is going to get you some type of way. Some type of way is going to get you through your own experiences that you are going to have in the future to the next relationship you may have. You may have to see exactly what you saw in yourself in the next person that comes. One, because you aren't healed from it. Two, because you've taken somebody for granted that really loved you and spread their feelings all over the place with your actions of cheating. If you're going to be in a monogamous relationship and you two have made the commitment and you two have made the conscious effort to, one, get to know each other, and then two, actually go through the active motions of getting to know people's goals, their dreams, getting to know people's families, and all this other stuff, and then you go out and do the exact opposite, then that's on you. And eventually, you're going to have to own up to it. You have to own up to it. You're going to have to answer to it. So make sure that you are doing all the things you can within your relationship to sustain, and don't take it for granted when you do have somebody that appreciates you and loves you and cares for you, because it is not going to come just every day. Many people are trying to find it. Many people won't find it. So if you do, if you are granted the opportunity to make this happen for yourself, and when I say make this happen, I mean Be in a relationship with somebody who is all those things for you. Don't squander it because you feel like this is what you're used to and this is what you have been taught. You haven't been taught to be a scoundrel, okay? That's not how you've been taught. So treat others how you want to be treated. Stop cheating on everybody. Everybody. It's not cool. It's not useful. It's not going to help us progress as a people, none. Because all we doing is going in circles, round and round. Our families are being split up. We're not able to start families. Single moms, single dads, all that. Just for sometimes a few minutes of satisfaction. And sometimes not even pleasure. So with that, I'll leave you with find somebody who loves you, cares about you. Don't waste the opportunity when it comes, because for many, it's only going to come once in a lifetime. Peace out. This is Feel Good Facts. And again, if you want to get this hat, go to wearbrims.com. They'll hook you up. Peace.